first of all, we have to write a program in SAS, right? So rules for writing a SAS program. Rules for writing a SAS program. So SAS program always starts with a keyword called data or proc. So you can see here data or proc. Apart from this, if you type any other text, it will display in red color. So red color is always a symbol for error, danger, right? Fine. So only that red color is always symbol for only error. So I say no youth in our class. So nobody is youth here. So red color is symbol for love. So love is always danger, right? Fine. Good. Right. So now, apart from data or proc, whatever the text we type there, it is always displayed in red color. So this is the beauty of fourth generation programming language. Your SAS is a fourth generation programming language. So what is the beauty of fourth generation programming language is, while writing the program itself, you can rectify lot of mistakes. You can rectify lot of mistakes. Right. So here, point number 1, always your SAS program should start with a keyword called data or proc. Point number 2, every statement, so in bracket you can write program line. Every statement should always end with run statement, should always end with semicolon. Every statement should always end with semicolon. Rule number 3, to write a program in SAS, we have to keep 3 words in mind. So if you are keeping just these 3 words in mind, you can comfortably write a program in SAS. So first word is in file. Second word is input. Third word is data lines. So if you are just keeping these 3 words in mind, you can easily write a program in SAS. And fourth rule, data lines. In file, input, data lines. These are the 3 words, right? So fourth rule, it is always SAS program should end with run statement. Always your SAS program should end with run statement. Okay, right. So now I'm starting my program using a keyword called data. Data Raj. Data Raj. So as I told you, your SAS file will also be similar, look like a Excel file. I'm taking an Excel file here. So whenever you wanted to enter some information in Excel, so first of all you will open an Excel file. So here it will give book 1, book 2 like this. It automatically assigns a name called book 1 or book 2. So likewise, data Raj. Okay. So second rule is every statement should end with semicolon. So I ended my statement with semicolon. Next, third rule. What is the third rule? So 3 words to keep in mind. First one is in file data lines. Okay, in file data lines. So into your file Raj, read data lines. Into your file Raj, read data lines. By the time this statement is executed, do I have data lines here? Do I have data lines here? No. So this step will wait for a second. This step will wait for a second. Next one, if you wanted to enter some information in Excel, how you do that? You will write first column names, right? So ID, name, age, sex, and disease. Okay, disease. So suppose to say person number 101, his name Raj, some age 29, male, so he got some fever. Okay, so 102, some other person, some Shri, so she is 24, so she got cold. Suppose something I have data here. So if you wanted to enter data, first of all what you have done, you have entered your column names. Okay. To do this functionality in SAS, we use a statement called input statement. Okay. So input. So input, what all the variable names you wanted to enter here? ID, name, sex, age, disease. Okay. So every program line, it should end with semicolon. Right. So what is the next important word? What is the next important word? Three words: infile, input, data lines. So next word is data lines. Whenever you are writing data lines statement, it is an instruction to SAS. From next line onwards, I am typing some raw data. Okay. So whenever we are writing data lines statement, it means it is an instruction to SAS. From next line onwards, I am typing some raw data. So I am typing raw data. So whenever you are typing raw data, always you will follow the same order with your column names, right? Antegani, here can I write Raj and here can I write 101? No. So order of your raw data should always match with respect to your column names. Okay, right. So here ID 101, name Raj, sex male, age some 29. So disease fever. Next 102, some Sri, female, 24, cold. Okay, cold. So here no need of ending this with semicolon. Okay, no need of this ending this with semicolon, because this is a raw data. So I told rule 2, every program line should end with semicolon. This is not a program. This is not part of your program. This is your raw data. Okay. So for program, I have to give semicolon. Yes. Just a minute. So here what I am doing is I am ending this with semicolon. Okay. So ikkada actually speaking, no need of ending this with semicolon, but as a part of GPP, good programming practice, so we have to give a semicolon. Okay. So if you are not giving semicolon, sometimes people what they do is they do 2 times enter. So if they do run, third line they will get empty. Third line they will get empty. So it should not happen. That is the reason always we have to end your raw data with one single semicolon. Okay. So rule number 4, always your SAS program should end with run statement. Okay. We can write n number, like we can write n number here. That I'll tell you here. See, now I have defined my data lines. Data lines is nothing but this is data row. A row which is having containing some data. So whenever these variables are created, now I'm defining my data lines. So whenever I'm defining my data lines, your SAS will read this data into corresponding variables. Okay, in file data lines means into your file Raj, read these data lines. Okay, in file data lines means into your file Raj, read data lines. So you are instructing SAS to read this data in your file called Raj, right? Okay. So we can type this data, we can copy it, no issues. So this is just a small sample program. Okay. So but going forward in a real-time scenarios, we never type the data, but still this is a sample program I'm showing you, right? So this is how I read data which is typed in SAS environment. Just to clarify your question, yes, in SAS also we can enter data, that's it, right? So now whenever this program is executing, what happens? Your SAS will create this column names first. Okay, whenever this statement is executed, so it will create a file name called Raj. Suppose imagine book2 is a Raj, right? So in file data lines, I told you this statement will wait for a second. Next, input ID. So whenever you are writing this statement, what happens? It will create all your column names, ID, name, age, sex, this is all this stuff. So data lines, you are defining your data lines here. So now whenever you are defining this data lines, this is my raw data. I'm saying this is my raw data. So whenever you are defining your raw data, so this line will start executing. This line will come into picture. So what it will do, it will try to read this data into corresponding variables. Okay. So whenever SAS is reading data, SAS by default will be able to read only numbers into corresponding variables. In Excel, we use the terminology columns. In SAS, we use the terminology variables. Okay, SAS lo we call column name, column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. But in in Excel, we say it as column 1, 2, 3, 4. But in SAS, we say it is variable 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Right. So in Excel, we say column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. In SAS, we call it as variable 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So whenever SAS is trying to read data, it will always able to read only numbers. It will always able to read only numbers. You can see here in ID, it will read only 101. So because this is number, it will comfortably read, no issues. But in your variable name, it has to read Raj, which is a text. SAS automatically, by default, it will not read numbers and special characters. SAS by default, it will not read numbers and, it will not read alphabets and special characters. Fine. So now here it is alphabet, right? To read alphabets into your variable name, you have to give an additional instruction to SAS. That additional instruction is $sign. Whenever you wanted to read alphabets into a variable name, we have to give $sign, right? So here name Raj. So for variable age, for variable sex, do I need to give a $sign? Do I need to give a $sign, yes or no? Because your variable sex has to read male female, means alphabets. If you wanted to read alphabets, we have to give a $sign. For variable age, do I need to give a $sign?
No,
Do I need to give $sign? No, not required.
No.
Because this is a number. For variable disease, yes, I have to give a $sign. This is your complete program. This is your complete program. The moment your program is ready, the moment your program is done, what we have to do? We have to submit this program. Okay. The moment you submit, it will create a data set called Raj. Okay. So normally file terminology in SAS, we call it as data set. File terminology in SAS, we call it as data set. Okay. So now I just run this program here. This is how I submit a program. A small kid running symbol. Okay. A small kid running symbol. Right. So now the moment I run this program, what happens? Okay. So first of all, I have to check my log window. Okay. First of all, I have to check my log window. So I can see in log window. So what is happening? So are we having any mistakes, yes or no? So are you finding any text in red color? Are you
No,
finding
sir.
any text in red color? No. And if you
No.
read this note, what it is saying? The data set. Normally we call Excel file, Word document, PDF file. This file terminology in SAS, we call it as data set. This file terminology in SAS, we call it as data set. So the data set work.raj. Work is a folder where your file Raj is located. Okay, we can know, sir, where work is a folder. Folder is nothing but library. Okay, folder and a library. There is a terminology difference between your SAS. Right. So work.raj. Right. So in Raj, you can see this is the data which we entered. So ID, name, sex, age, disease. Okay. So this is all the information which we are entering in your data. So more or less your SAS data set is looking like a Excel file which is containing some rows and columns. Okay. So this is how I read my data in SAS. This is how I read my data in SAS. Right. So I hope this program is little bit clear to you. So if you have any questions related to today's session, you can ask. So any questions you can ask.
Yeah.